I promised you a Halloween cocktail every week, so here I am. Tonight we're going to make an orange Halloween drink, and I'm going to make it out of one of my favorite recipe books. I have the Frankie's Tiki Room Liquid Vacation book. It's a tiki book, but it's not like a super purist tiki book. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but they kind of run with the tiki idea and have fun with it. Like the drink I'm making today has orange soda in it, and some of them have energy drinks in them. And they do have a few classic tiki cocktails in here too. So it's a pretty cool book. It's actually one of the first cocktail books I ever got. And I think this is the first edition of it because there's actually a misprint in the recipe. It's called the Demon Rhumba, and it's on their website too. And the website called for 1.5 ounces of rum, where the book only calls for 1/2 ounce. It's 4 out of 5 skulls, which is a pretty potent drink, so I'm pretty sure that's a misprint. And there's a couple other things that I'm going to change in this recipe. For one thing, it calls for 1 ounce of sweet and sour, and I never buy the pre-made sweet and sour. When I see that in a recipe, I substitute 1/2 ounce of simple syrup and 1/2 ounce of lemon or lime juice. The recipe already calls for 1/4 ounce of lime juice, so I'm going to bump that up to 3/4 ounce and then add the 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. And I'll put my recipe on the screen, and I'll link to theirs below in case you want to compare them. They build it in the glass, and instead of shaking it, you just dump it into a shaker, dump it back into the glass. So this calls for Bacardi orange rum, but it also calls for Cointreau, orange bitters, and orange soda. So I don't feel like I need to run out and buy a flavored rum when I have a rum that I think is actually better. So I'm going to put in 1.5 ounces of the Planteray 3-star. And if you'll notice, my O.F.T.D rum still says Plantation on it. Same brand, they just recently changed their name. So after that we'll do 1/2 ounce of Cointreau. This is my favorite orange liqueur just because it's high quality, it's high proof. You can use triple sec if you want, it'll work fine. Especially in something that you're mixing with orange soda. And they call for 1/2 ounce of Hana Bay Overproof rum, but since I just have this O.F.T.D rum, I'm going to put in 1/2 ounce of it. We'll do 3/4 ounce of lime juice because we're putting the lime juice they call for plus an extra 1/2 ounce. Speaking of that, we'll put in 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. A couple dashes orange bitters. The book calls for a dash. The website called for something crazy like 1/2 ounce or 1 ounce, so 2 or 3 dashes is good. We'll top it off with some orange soda. I'm using 0 sugar Sunkist. And this is a tiki drink. I don't think you can go overboard with the garnish, so I'm gonna put a Halloween umbrella on a piece of lime. So there's our Halloween Demon Rhumba from Frankie's Tiki Room. It's definitely not a traditional tiki drink. This book doesn't take itself too seriously. You don't always have to dig up some classic recipe. It's a nice, easy drinker. It's orange. I even think it would be a good way to get some of your friends into rum instead of just starting them out on something more complex. I think it's a good one. And also, if you like the Frankie's drinks, I have a whole playlist of those. If you like the Halloween drinks, I have a whole playlist of those. And also, if you want to see next week's Halloween cocktail, subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't already. Cheers!